Everybody, Greg Bedard from BostonSportsJournal.com here at Gillette Stadium, where the Patriots just wrapped up practice number one of their mandatory minicamp. Not an overly competitive session, I would say. I think it went well for both sides. I would say the headlines would be that Trent Brown still is not here. There are reports that he had a travel delay due to a storm in Texas, that he's not holding out, that he planned on being here. That's great and all, but usually that's not an excuse for many football teams. Without Trent Brown here, they had to go with Calvin Anderson was at left tackle, as he has been, but Connor McDermott was at right tackle instead of Riley Reiff, because Riley Reiff played left tackle on the second team offensive line. Also, Juju Smith-Schuster was not on the field. That has not been unusual. Apparently, he's been around the building because we heard Mac Jones talk after practice that they've still been going over the playbook and things like that, but you'd like to see him out there. Tyquan Thornton also not out there. So a pretty thin receiving core, which you can see on the field. I think it has limited them and how much work they can get done. Mac Jones has preferred to throw to the tight ends and running backs in these practices, which is understandable. Good to see Matthew Judon back on the field. As far as the defense, some key notes. Christian Gonzalez was in the number one cornerback spot. Jack Jones was number two. It looked like Jonathan Jones and Marcus Jones were limited in this practice, so that boosted Jack Jones up. Jalen Mills got some time in the slot, along with doing his usual safety stuff. I thought it was interesting that while Marte Mapu wasn't with the starters at safety on defense or getting much time with the starters, they seem to be always paired with Kyle Duggar, which is definitely notable to me and still sort of goes along with it seems like they have big plans for this kid. As far as the rest of the defense, I think that we didn't see Keon White a ton. I don't know if he was dealing with something, kind of fits in spurts. We heard from all the rookies after practice. I was able to listen to Christian Gonzalez, who probably my initial impression is, man, this kid is young. He's not yet 21. He turns 21 at the end of the month in a couple weeks, but really young. And you could sort of see talking to him why some of the teams might question his makeup, because he's very soft-spoken, smart kid, but not one of these cornerbacks with swag and all that stuff. He lets his play do the talking, which is fine. Marte Mapu, extremely impressed with him. You could tell that he is extremely smart, that is part of the reason why they're giving him so much to do. Also heard from Demario Douglas, and we heard from Mac Jones. Nothing earth-shattering from the quarterback. I did think it was interesting that he was asked about Bailey Zappi and Bill Belichick, and he kind of avoided talking about either directly very much. Sort of went to the room or all the coaches, that type of thing. So I think we're in the same spot that we probably will be the entire year as far as those relationships go. So that's it from Patriots camp. We'll be out here the next 2 days. Make sure you check out BostonSportsJournal.com. I already have my observations on today's practices, a lot of play-by-play, in depth on what they did during the course of practice. So BSJ members can check that out over there.
CLNS Media's Patriots coverage is brought to you by FanDuel. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's bonus bets back if your first bet doesn't win.